Volunteers for the Ice Age Trail Alliance are eligible to participate in the National Volunteer in Parks program. VIP volunteers are recognized when they accrue certain volunteer hour milestones, as long as your volunteer form is current. Hours accrue year over year. In 2023, 220 Ice Age Trail volunteers earned National Park Service recognition, including these 100-hour recipients. And these 250-hour winners. And here are the recipients who earned the 500-hour award. Please welcome to the stage the National Park Service Volunteer Coordinator for the Ice Age Trail, Dan Watson. The next group of National Park Service volunteers have dedicated thousands of hours on trail-related activities. Volunteers who accrue 4,000 hours in the Volunteer in Parks program receive the President's Lifetime Service Award. Here are this year's recipients. Last but not least, this year, the National Park Service recognizes 4 individuals who have accrued 6,000 hours of volunteer service to the trail. In addition to the National Park Service, the Ice Age Trail Alliance proudly recognizes its volunteers. You are the heart and soul of the organization, and you make the trail a reality. For those who have just begun their volunteer journey, thank you. You are appreciated. To those who have devoted not only hours, but years of service to the trail, the next awards are for you. The following volunteers are recognized for 10 years of service in 2023. And these are the volunteers who have dedicated 20 years of service to the Ice Age Trail. This year marks an important milestone for one special volunteer. Rib Lake resident, historian, and former Taylor County District Attorney, Bob Rush, celebrates 50 years as an Ice Age Trail Alliance volunteer. And oh, what a volunteer he has been. Bob first began laying out and building trail in Taylor County with Professor Adam Cahow in 1974. He scouted possible routes for the trail from Wood Lake into Lincoln County. By 1976, Bob had convinced the Riv Lake JCs to get involved in trail building. In 1985, he established the High Point Volunteer Chapter and served as its first coordinator for 11 years. As the years progressed, Bob would become a member of the Ice Age Trail Alliance Board of Directors, establish Timms Hill, become the Alliance's first conservation buyer, work out the first landowner easement for the trail, complete 26 Ice Age Trail 50 endurance rides, negotiate with multiple landowners to reconnect the Riv Lake segment, and cut the ribbon on that segment in October of last year. Bob is a fervent researcher and historian. He's written books about Taylor County and guides to the trail, and he founded the Riv Lake Historical Society. He and his wife Ann are ardent supporters of the Alliance, donating money to support land purchases and some of their own land to host the trail. Bob is unable to be with us tonight, but please, let's give this 50-year volunteer a round of applause. Now, it's time to recognize one of our younger volunteers. Each year, the Alliance grants the Douglas Stickman Sherman Scholarship, named in honor of a beloved Saunters volunteer who custom-made hiking sticks for youth explorers. The $500 scholarship goes to a high school or first-year college student. This year, the Stickman Sherman Scholarship goes to Raina Schuneman from Merrimack. Now we recognize Ice Age Trail Alliance Board of Directors, whose terms have recently ended. In addition to the thousands of Alliance volunteers, the trail needs partners to make it reality. Partners who will go above and beyond. Partners like former Superintendent of the Kettle Moraine State Forest Southern Unit, Ann Corman. In her tenure at the Southern Unit, Ann brought ongoing support to the local chapters and constantly supported the Ice Age Trail through the properties she managed. She was always willing to write letters of support for more Ice Age Trail land acquisitions. And when it came to figuring out logistics for a project or training, an answer was only one Ann call away. Although she retired in 2023, Ann remains committed to the Ice Age Trail by volunteering and working on becoming a 1,000-miler. In November of 2023, the Ice Age Trail Alliance hit a milestone when the 500,000-miler submitted their application. That number was quickly surpassed, thanks to a record number of hikers completing the trail since the last annual conference. It's now time to recognize the 99 hikers who make up the 1,000-milers class of 2023-2024. 1,000 milers have a trail to hike thanks to the volunteers who build and maintain it. There are some volunteers who really give it their all, and these folks are recognized by fellow chapter members with the In the Mud Award. Here are the In the Mud Award winners for this year.